How's it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store's Days of Play sale is currently running. A lot of great deals available. Not enough to really go, section by section and check out games under 10, games under 5. Just not the quantity of deals, so I'll highlight some of the deals that really stood out to me across all the price ranges, and I did cover it yesterday. But if it's still available, Costco has got PlayStation Store credit, $100 for 80 bucks. Obviously, Costco is one of those wholesale spots, and you gotta have a membership. It's where I buy my groceries and whatnot, so if you have a Costco membership like me, or you're interested in one, and right off the rip, you can get some PlayStation Store credit a little bit cheaper, well, that might be something worthwhile for you to take advantage of, so I did want to mention that. But outside of that, let's go over the deals. We'll just cover everything that really caught my eye. Lost Judgment Digital Ultimate Edition is 70% off for $27. Yes, a pricey Ultimate Edition, but typically this is 90 bucks, and Lost Judgment isn't that old of a game. It came out at the end of 2021, so it's nearing 2 years, but Judgment's also a franchise that has held up in price. Like, the original Judgment's still like $19.99, so you know, this Digital Ultimate Edition for $27, not a bad deal. And the thing is, you get the base game, which is on sale, the Standard Edition for 21 bucks, but you get the Detectives Essential Pack, the School Stories Expansion Pack, and most of all, the Kaito Files Story Expansion Pack. The Kaito Files Expansion is typically $30. It is on sale right now for $15, but that's still a sizable addition alongside the School Stories and Detective Essential Pack. So just feel like from a value standpoint that this is a worthwhile deal for you guys to check out, and I would say go give that a look for Lost Judgment. So pretty good deal there. Dying Light 2 Stay Human is $29.99 at this point. Another game that's kind of been holding up in price. Now, to be fair, it's only a year old, so it's not like it's that old, but the issue with Dying Light 2 is it's also going to be a game that you're going to know that it's going to get a lot of additional content and whatnot. So, like, there's an Ultimate Edition that is $100 bucks, but, you know, you can get the base game for $30 here. The Deluxe Edition is available for $44. That includes Bloody Ties, but the Ultimate Edition has access to a story DLC too, so, you know, that is kind of the issue. The Deluxe Edition isn't even the highest end edition, but credit to Techland, they do support these games and keep them updated for a very long time. I enjoyed Dying Light 2. Was it as good as Dying Light 1? Absolutely not, but still a fairly decent game. And if you're a fan of open world action adventure games with a sizable amount of content, and a game that's probably going to get a ton of content, and if you do want to try it out with PlayStation Plus Premium, which by the way is on sale as well, well, then might be good reason to check it out. So $30 for that. Next up, we have Sonic Frontiers at $36. I feel like people are going to be absolutely sick of me recommending this game, but as it gets cheaper and cheaper, I feel like it's a worthwhile mention. It came out in November of last year, and at this price point, it is fairly good. I had a great time with Sonic Frontiers. Is it the greatest game of all time? No. Is it the greatest Sonic game of all time? No, but it's a pretty darn good game, all things considered. And, you know, if you're a fan of the Blue Hedgehog, you're usually, you know, you're trying to get a good game, and a good game is automatically a gigantic W. But I had a good time with it. Great soundtrack as well. And $36, I think, is a fairly good pickup for that. Next up, God of War Ragnarok. I mean, I feel like most of you guys should have it, but if you don't, the PS5 version is $49.69. That'll get you the PS4 version as well. It's a great game. I know I ruffled some feathers a little bit when I said the game didn't do it for me as much as God of War 2018 did, but I still concede to the fact that it's a tremendous game. Technically speaking, it's really good. Gameplay is great, narratively it's really strong. I know there's a lot of mixed opinions on the Atreus sections and playing as Atreus versus, you know, whatever, your opinion may vary on that. I thought they were fine. I do know, like, some people were not a big fan of them. But yeah, I thought Ragnarok was a great game, and, you know, it was more of a timing thing for anything than me with Ragnarok, because, like, yo, I said that I enjoyed Horizon Forbidden West more, but that's just because, like, at the time, like, Forbidden West was the kind of game I was looking for, and maybe Ragnarok just came out at a bad time for me. I don't know. I gotta play third again at some point, and I definitely will, but Ragnarok's certainly the stronger game comparatively to Forbidden West. It's just, for whatever reason, I enjoyed Forbidden West more, and, like, I've been very critical about Forbidden West as a whole on top of that, but Ragnarok for $49.69, not a bad deal. Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War, $4.99 for Mordor, $9 for War. Both pretty good deals. You can get the Shadow Bundle for $14, which that's a pretty good deal as well if you want to get both games, but yeah, that's the same price as buying them individually, so there you go with that. Deus Ex Mankind Divided $4.49, always a good deal for that. a pretty good sci-fi action RPG. It's absolutely criminal that Human Revolution isn't readily accessible on PlayStation platforms. I mean, unless you have a PS3, but backwards compatible on Xbox, which is quite nice. But hopefully now that Deus Ex is, you know, got some new ownership, we can get, first of all, a new Deus Ex game, which looks like it'll be coming, and let's just, you know, remaster both Human Revolution and Mankind Divided, throw it in a collection, add the game's respective DLCs, you know, price it at $39.99, let's be real. It's not going to be $39.99, but price it somewhat decently, and people, I think, would flock to it, especially, again, Human Revolution kind of pretty difficult to get these days. At least as far as playing it on consoles go. And even if you're playing it on Xbox, you're playing, like, what, the original 360 version? Could do with an upgrade on that. Next up, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, 75% off for $15. It's the OG Mass Effect trilogy. They did what they could to try to modernize Mass Effect 1. It's still a game from 2007, and hey, that is what it is. Mass Effect 2, in my opinion, still one of the greatest video games of all time. And whenever you see, like, top 10 lists of the best games of all time, I feel like Mass Effect 2 is a shoo-in to be on those lists. Really, it was BioWare just crushing it on all fronts, and Mass Effect 2 is a tremendous, tremendous game. Hopefully we hear more about, you know, not only Dragon Age, but the next Mass Effect soon, but it's probably going to be a long, long ways before we get to those. For now, if you want to revisit Mass Effect 1 through 3, if you never played it, because yes, this trilogy, it's over a decade old, and it kicked off, what, 16 years ago? A long, long time ago, so there's like a whole generation of gamers that just grew up and never played Mass Effect, which, yeah, you should remedy that as soon as possible, but nonetheless, good deal on that. Hades is $12.49 if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber. A tremendous game with legitimately an insane amount of replayability that should probably just be illegal, but Hades is a fantastic game, great art style. You know, it's a very, very enjoyable game with quite a lot of depth to it and a very addictive gameplay loop. I haven't even played it as much as a lot of other people, but I have friends that have sunk, you know, over 500 hours into this game, which that's, like, insane to me, but I get it. It is an incredibly replayable game, and it's one of those games that, if you don't have, like, any other game to play, Hades is always, like, a surefire game to go back to, so the longevity from a game like this, really ridiculous, and $12.49 is a great price for that. Red Dead Redemption 2, 1979, tremendous open-world action title. Arthur Morgan, one of the GOATs in terms of video game main characters, and a game with a sizable amount of content. Yes, Red Dead Online's a meme, but the single-player campaign is so good. We just need a PS5 upgrade one of these years, and, you know, that'll make it perfect, and I'm sure they'll do it eventually, but we're probably gonna have to pay for that upgrade, but what can you do? Do want to give a shout to Dark Souls Remastered and Dark Souls 2. Unfortunately, the fine folk over at Bandai Namco, I love them, but they know what they have with Dark Souls, and they keep these games at premier price points, because Remastered is at $19.99, while Scholar of the First Sin's at $19.99 as well. Dark Souls 3 is on sale. The Standard Edition is $29.99, which is like, bro, what are we doing here? But yeah, you know, people be desperate to play the Souls games, and I totally understand why. Again, these are games that are incredibly, incredibly replayable. And yeah, even at this price point, given that Dark Souls 2 came out back in 2014, Dark Souls 1 obviously came out in 2010. Both of the versions are upgraded that we're talking about here, but you get the idea. They're games that people will still constantly go back to, and for a good reason. They're great games, but I just wish they were a little bit cheaper, as I'm pretty sure Dark Souls 2 used to go down to like $7.49, but now you're stuck paying $19.99 for it. Them's the break sometimes. Wolfenstein II The New Colossus at $6. Great deal. I'm hearing rumblings about Wolfenstein getting another entry here shortly, but I thought Machine Games was working on that Indiana Jones title, so who knows, maybe they have a Team 1 and a Team 2 working on, you know, two different games. I don't know. What I do know is Wolfenstein 2 is great, and at this price, no-brainer there. And then Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition, 80% off for $7.99. Pretty decent deal on KCD. It's not an RPG that's going to be for everyone. Has an emphasis on the realistic and historical aspects to it, but that works for me, and visually the game was good. Royal Edition includes a lot of bonus content, and all that content for $7.99. Yeah, sign me up. I think that's a great deal. But that is going to do it for me. Again, a lot of great deals across the days of play sale. These are just some of the game deals, but on top of that, PlayStation Plus is probably the most notable deal that's available, with that being 25% off. So, you know, if you want to re-up, maybe get Plus Extra, as a lot of games are on Plus Extra. A lot of these games potentially will be added to Plus Extra in the future. That is something to consider, especially with a game like Lost Judgment, given that Judgment is in the Plus Extra catalog. So, something to think about as well, but that'll do it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.